are listening to the Pathfinder Guru Podcast, where we help you to become a greater leader. Join us as we take the Advent message to all the world in our generation. So, are you ready to become a guru in this ministry?
Attention. Welcome to the Pathfinder Guru Podcast, and thank you very much for joining us. I hope that you're doing well and you are safe under the shadow of God's wonderful, wonderful wings. In today's episode, we are going to talk about a problem that has been facing by a lot of directors at the local church, whereby we have parents who are not supporting financially into the ministry, investing in the children who are part of the Pathfinder Club. Now, most of the time we have to make efforts, to get money. But one thing which is funny, which I find it interesting, is that we have a lot of our children who are going to schools whereby they need to be supported financially in getting things and going to trips and participating in any school or curriculum activities which parents are willing to invest time and efforts in ensuring that their children are catered for and they are not left behind by other children. And the question that makes me to ask myself is that what are we doing as leaders, as directors, to show the parents that when they invest their time, their resources in this ministry, they will benefit, they will reap something which is big. Same applies when they are doing it, when they have children that are at school. This is something that we need to find a way of how we do it. And sometimes parents see that we are professional. They see the value in this ministry that we are in. And sometimes we are the ones which are sabotaging in how we do things and how we run our finances in the ministry. And this is what we're going to touch on. I know that it may not be what it is the challenge directly. Others maybe because parents don't have finance, but we'll get to that at a later stage or in a different episode. But now I want us to talk about how we structure our funds and how can we place it in a way that will motivate parents to pop out money in support. Now, before I go even far, I think the first point that I want to talk about is reporting. Sometimes we have parents who know that they see the vision, they see the benefits of the ministry, but we are not reporting and giving them a financial report on what are we doing with the money and what are we intending to do with the money. Hence, it becomes very much difficult for them to even invest in us in a ministry because we look as if we do not know what we are doing. And here is what you need to do in order to bridge that gap so that parents can trust you with money as a Pathfinder Club at a local church. The first thing that you need to understand is that as a leader, you need to take down of all the things that you'll be needing in that particular year. Whether it's progressive classes, whether it's activities that you'll be attending to support the progressive classes, honors, I almost said awards, but it also applies to adventurers, also honors and awards that you'll be doing, whether you're a Pathfinder Club or an adventurer club, identifying each and everything. Also, when you are having uniform and prices are changing, you need to update that. And sometimes because we do not know how much is the uniform, we bombard parents with a lot of things which they can prepare themselves. It's either they take it out in small amounts and each and everything. So once you have identified the events that you're going to attend at area, conference, district, union, division, general conference, each and everything that is participating, and you collaborated and put it in your year plan, parents are able to identify and know the certain things that they need to do and which they need to budget for. Now, once you're done to do that, you come into the nitty-gritties, the small things that you need to do, the runnings of the ministry, which is the stationery, the equipment that you'll be needing for that year. If you are now investing in bigger equipments that you need to buy for the children, that's where you need to put them down, note them down, so that parents are able to understand how much everything will cost. Give or take, if a child will need about 1,000, you'll put it in your currency, whether it's rand, whether it's dollars, it's 1,000. Then that's where you're going to say the annual fee is 1,000. But you can break it up to say, no, the annual fee, since it's 1,000, maybe monthly you can take out 100 or whatever the case may be. You need to be the person that knows what you'll be needing for that financial year, which makes it much more easier for you to maneuver around the finance part of it. Because when a child goes to school, when he is moving to a new grade, automatically when it's the last day and getting the final report passing, moving to the next grade, already in the report you get the stationery list, you get the equipment and each and everything that will be needed with the prices. But if we are not going to do like that, it is going to become very much difficult for us to maneuver and plan around things. Parents are willing to support in the ministry, but it's how we are able to do it. It's how we think. How are we going to make sure that parents understand that this is a variable ministry? We are organized, and in each and everything that we do, we're going to do it like this in this certain way. And once you do that, 9 out of 10, it will work, and parents will likely to support you because they have it in document, they have the plan, they have the vision. It has already been approved by the church board. It is hitting the road while running, which it has become much more easier. But once we are going to ask for things in smalls and pieces, we are preparing the uniform. When we are going to events, we're preparing things because there's a Pathfinder Kempuri. Only then are we fixing certain things. It is going to become difficult for us. Let us be leaders that see 10 steps ahead of us and not 2 steps or even 1 step ahead of us. That will help us and parents see that how professional we are and how much we value and love the ministry of God that we are in. Spend some time, sit down as leaders, plan for the next year, be professional in how you do it, calculate the funds that you'll be needing, so that when the child comes into the ministry, the parents know how much you'll be investing. This also assists even in children that cannot afford, because now even you want a sponsor is going to ask you how much you need. And if you are not serious in saying, I need 1,000, I need $200, and you are not able to speak that out, that shows you that you're not professional. You don't know what you want. But once you know how much you want, how far it will take this particular child in the basic requirements, basic things that will run in the ministry, and even when you're going to camporees, and if those things are in the budget, articulated properly, you are done. You will get sponsors much more easily because you are having people who understand that you know your finances, you know how much you'll need, how much does it take for this child to go through this whole year in the curriculum, in the programs of the Pathfinder ministry, because you have laid out the blueprint for the sponsor, you have laid out the blueprint for the parent as well that is able to support financially into that club. So let us spend some time in dealing with the administration part of the ministry. And once we understand the administration part of the ministry and we tackle crucial things that we need to do, then we'll be done. Because at the end of the day, if the administration part of it is a havoc, you are going to have a problem, whether it's indemnity forms, whether it's registration forms, whether it's behavioral forms that you need to give to parents. If those things are not dealt with administrationally, you will have to answer for things that you do not know, with things that you could have prevented. So let us be professional in what we do. We are living in a beautiful ministry. We have the Pathfinder administration manual that tells us how we need to run this ministry. We have the basic stuff training manual that speaks about certain things that can equip us in running a smooth running ministry. So let us spend time in ensuring that we are doing things in a correct manner so that parents can see that we are running a well-oiled machine. We are almost closing to World Pathfinder Day. We are celebrating how many years? It's been years we have been in this ministry. I was born and I found this ministry already running. That shows how this ministry has come far, how many directors, how many leaders have been placing time and investing in the manuals that we have to ensure that we are running a smooth ministry. Invest some time in this beautiful ministry and you won't be disappointed. Thank you very much for joining me in today's episode, and I hope that in everything that you have learned today, you are able to imply it and apply it in your life and in the ministry at large. But for now, you are dismissed.